because LSU is going all in for Serah Williams, and all other teams, especially UConn, you better watch out. Because I don't know if y'all have seen this, but LSU is basically doing a full court love bomb on Serah Williams right now. She is doing her visit at LSU, and they are doing literally everything they can. And like specifically, like literally, okay, again, official visit. She just took her official visit to Baton Rouge, and it wasn't a subtle visit at all. There's sometimes when players take a visit, and maybe we may hear about it. Maybe an article is written from a journalist who gets the inside scoop of, hey, this person is visiting this team and whatnot. But LSU made it very clear that Serah Williams is here, and y'all, the fans, need to show her some love. Okay, here's what Gary Reedus put on Twitter yesterday. He said he first said y'all up, and then he says, it's someone y'all been tweeting me about for weeks. I want everybody to go and tweet her right now. This is for research purposes. And he was seeing the responses, and he was like, y'all lit, keep going. I'm telling you, this is smart strategy. Here's the deal. Serah Williams is a very, very sought after front court player. Very sought after. And LSU was like, you know what? You know what we do? That's done really well. Our fans are wild about us. They are absolutely wild about us. They want to get the best players possible to attend LSU, and they're going to show love for the players that we have. All right? And Reedus was like, hey, fans, y'all better do y'all thing, because basically Serah Williams is here, and we need to show her as much love as possible, so she chooses us over everybody else. All right? And the fans were reacting, right? You saw fans in the comments tagging Serah Williams, saying how excited they are. Like, here's just two of the posts, but like there was a ton of posts of people tagging Serah. I guarantee you, this girl probably opened up her Twitter and she probably had like 200, 300 mentions. Like she was blowing up. She was absolutely blown up, and it was all intentional, guys. This was not subtle. LSU's coaching staff was trying to hype her up. Specifically, Reedus was trying to hype her up, get the fans involved, and the fans were tagging her and all that stuff. And then one of the stars on the team, Quita Williams, later that evening. Sorry, I should have explained that. Reedus is he's an assistant coach for LSU. And it seems like he's the primary recruiting guy. So when it comes to recruiting at LSU, Reedus is the guy. Okay? He is the guy who gets all of the top recruits. He's the guy who does that. All right? He is the man when it comes to recruiting. Okay? I'm going to tell you that. But yeah, he is an assistant coach who does the primary recruiting for LSU. All right. So yeah, sorry about that. I should have explained who he is. That is Gary Reedus. Back to what I was originally talking about. Quita Williams posted later on yesterday, said, y'all go look at my Instagram story real quick. And I was like, I saw that and I was like, okay, well, let me do what Quita Williams says. She said, go check out her Instagram story. Instagram, here I come. So I go to her Instagram, and then I click, and then I see this. Bets on Rouge. Welcome to Bets on Rouge. Yay, So that's what Quita Williams posted of Serah Williams at some sort of like food place in Baton Rouge, having a good time. Does anyone know exactly where they're at? But yeah, it's literally I guess is that a club or something? I don't know. I don't go to clubs, but like I've seen people like they do the like the thing where they're holding stuff up and they have the sparklers and whatnot. They were giving her that treatment, literally the full experience to try to get Serah Williams to join this squad. And actually looks like they're at Supper Club. Yeah, they're at Supper Club. Here we go. That's what's tagged in there. But yeah, she got Serah Williams got the full experience. Okay, full experience. Right. And hey, Michaela Williams is doing she's doing everything she can. She's doing everything she can. Or not Serah. LSU is doing everything they can to ultimately get Serah. It's kind of crazy. Adrian says Supper Club, supposedly the best place around. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Good to know. Oh, nice. Polo says, Quita, I met Simone Augustus at Athletes Unlimited and took a picture with her. She is cool. She seems like such a cool person. Like, she seems like such a cool person. Love that. Shout out to Simone Augustus, man. Like, dude, legend, and about to be a legendary coach. I'm just saying, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It is going to happen. Anyway, let's continue on. Michaela Williams, ended up welcoming Serah very publicly because, guys, this is not a drill. Kim Mulkey wants Serah Williams real bad, and she is pulling out all of the tricks to make it happen. LSU has a playbook. They are one of the best teams in the country when it comes to publicity, when it comes to NIL, when it comes to just doing stuff big. And they tried to make it happen for Serah Williams. But before we talk about what this means further for LSU, I do, and also before I actually mention UConn in the mix in this, because UConn might have a say, let's kind of back up. Some of y'all may be like, okay, you're talking all this stuff about this Serah Williams person, but who in the world is Serah Williams? Well, Serah Williams. She is a 6'4" forward out of Wisconsin. And honestly, guys, she is one of the most slept on stars in college basketball. And it's because her team was trash. That's why. That's why she's so slept on. We're talking about a 2-time first team all Big Ten selection player. We're talking about the 2024 Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year. We're talking about somebody who averaged 19.2 points a game, 9.8 rebounds a game, 2.3 blocks a game, shot 49% in the post, tough shot attempts just about every single night, as the primary player for Wisconsin. Serah Williams has broken records for the most consecutive double-doubles in Wisconsin history. And by the way, she did pass the 1,000 point mark in just 66 games. She did all of that on a team that finished 13-17 on the year. Wisconsin was trash this past season. They were absolutely horrible. And Serah Williams, for a lot of it, was the end all be all for this Wisconsin team. So just imagine what Serah Williams could do on a team where she is not the main focus, right? She was the main focus when you were playing Wisconsin this past year, right? She was the main focus on offense and defense. She was Wisconsin's main defender, shutting down players. So imagine what she can do if she's surrounded by top tier talent. Just say it's going to go a long way, right? Because, Serah, she is a great scorer, but the thing that helps even more any team that she joins is not only can she score in the post, she got defense for days, guys. Remember, the 2024 Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year winner. She's great, right? She is. Not just on offense, but on defense as well. She is a all-around player. And LSU wants her real bad. And why are they pushing so hard? It's because they need post players. This is the team that needs a front court real bad, right? Anissa Morrow is off to the W. Samaya Smith, Aaliyah Del Rosario, Jersey Wolfenbarger, they're all transferring. And the front court is in need of a full rebuild. Yes, you've already added Kate Koval from Notre Dame. Yes, you've added Amaya Joyner from ECU. But Serah would be the centerpiece of LSU's front court. That's how good she is. She would, of course, be the best transfer that would come in for LSU. Yes, they do have two other post players, but they pale in comparison to Wisconsin. I mean, not to Wisconsin, to Serah Williams from Wisconsin. All right, because Serah in a lot of ways is a defensive dominant player. She's a walking double-double who brings a lot of toughness and maturity to her game, right? You already have Flau'jae Johnson. You got Michaela Williams. Adding in Serah to that core, I think it makes LSU way more competitive overnight, right? She's going to help to make up some of the stuff that LSU is losing due to Aneesah Morrow going to the WNBA. But, the reason why LSU is doing this full court press is because they are not alone, guys. UConn is lurking in the corner. Junior Oriema, he also needs some help on the front court, right? He has some players who just aren't ready. Yes, Sarah Strong is that girl, right? But Ice Brady has not really popped off yet to where she needs to. Ayanna Patterson continues to be injured. You have Sarah Strong, who is fan freaking tastic. But you need some like, what am I saying? You need more, right? You need more than just Sarah Strong and Janet Alfie in your post. And getting a player like a Serah Williams would be great, actually, right? This is someone who is Canadian, Serah Williams. And we all know that UConn has success with Canadians, or a Canadian, which was Aaliyah Edwards, right? And also, guys, Serah Williams, she played for Marissa Mosley, who was the head coach. She was the head coach of Wisconsin. She I saw stuff that said she resigned and also that she got fired. I don't know. Either she resigned or she got fired. So she's no longer the head coach of Wisconsin anymore. However, she spent a lot of time coaching in Junior Oriema's staff, and so it could be something like okay, she probably talked very highly about UConn and whatnot. So that's something to know. Like, UConn is, I would say, in play, which is why. Kia Nurse is Canadian also. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Which is why I think there is a specific reason why LSU is going all out the way they are. There's a specific reason. Also, guys, remember, yeah, she just fits. She will fit just about anywhere she goes. For Serah Williams, and teams are looking at that and they're like, hey, we got to be competitive next year. So let's go. Shay, thank you so much for the super chat. Shout out to Shay for the super chat. Says, let's get the likes up. Yes. Let's get the likes up. That would be very, very helpful. Thank you. Really would help the channel out a whole lot. Angie says, who is Serah Williams similar to ? Thanks so much for the super chat, Angie. I don't know. She is a post player who defensively is fantastic. Someone who gets up there with her jumps, can block shots pretty easily. She is someone who actually prioritizes rebounding the basketball. She's also someone who can score in the post, right? Could she be maybe a little bit more efficient in the post? Sure, but at the same time, I think her efficiency is pretty good the way it is right now. I don't know about comparing her to a specific person. But I do think that her tenacity is similar to Aneesah Morrow's. I do think her tenacity is similar. All right. BB says, hearing Malaysia has reached out to LSU. Really? Where'd you hear that from? See, here's the thing. I've been hearing a lot of people saying a lot of things about Mylasia. I'd be surprised if she chose LSU. I'd be surprised, but hey, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Okay, who knows? Kay says Serah reminds me of Tina Charles, former UConn player. Yeah, Tina Charles was fantastic. Is still fantastic. Aubrey says Serah Williams kind of reminds me of Delisha Milton Jones. Oh my goodness, that's a name I haven't heard in forever. Y'all get up on some WNBA women's basketball history. Delisha Milton Jones. She played for the Sparks, right? Didn't she play for the Sparks? I'm pretty sure her and Lisa was teammates. Lisa Leslie was teammates, right? I hope I'm not misremembering that. Like there's the problem is sometimes stuff happens so long ago that I try to remember. Wasn't she a teammate? I don't even remember anymore. But all I remember is I really like Delisha Milton Jones. I really liked her as a player, but I can't remember. I'm pretty sure she played with the Sparks, and I'm pretty sure that's where I watched her and I really liked her. And she was a teammate of Lisa Leslie. I'm pretty sure. My memory is something, though I'm pretty sure. I'm fairly certain that she played for the Sparks. But anyway, Delisha Milton Jones, what a blast from the past name. I love it. Thank you so much, Aubrey, for mentioning that. I care too. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you, and gives a lot of emojis. So heart to you as well. Heart to you as well. Also, it was the Sparks. Okay, great. But dog, I truly, guys, when y'all mention like former WNBA players, sometimes after the stream, I'll just go and I'll look up video clips on YouTube and just like remember the person and them at their at their greatest. Like truly, guys, that's that's fun. That's really, really fun to go down memory lane for sure. Neek the Nerd says, all the awesome people of the internet are warming my heart with all this old school W knowledge. I love it here. Yes, that's what we do. Yes, we got some modern times comparisons and whatnot. Yeah, we got some players that we can talk about that are still currently playing. But y'all, what we always have to remember is that there's a long catalog of big time women's basketball players from the past. And sure, we have moved on, but at the same time, we wouldn't be where we are right now if it wasn't for those people in the past. And I think it's always awesome to recognize that, always awesome to talk about that, and like talk about it from like not like we're obligated to mention these old time players, but no, talk about it because like they were freaking amazing. Like truly, they were absolutely amazing. All right, Eddie, thank you so much for the super chat. Eddie says, hey, Quita, thanks for the wonderful work every morning. A lot of people going to watch Mylasia Fulwiley next season. Facts. We have no idea where Mylasia Fulwiley is going, but I tell you, I'm on Mylasia watch right now. I'm watching, and depending on when the news breaks, I will try my best to go live. Depending on it, like. The last time we it was some breaking news around the transfer portal that happened in the afternoon. I wasn't able to go live that evening. I ended up going live the next day. But depending on the day when the announcement is made, I will, if I'm able to, I will definitely go live because that's gonna be a big deal wherever Mylasia Fulwiley ends up for sure. But again, thank you so much, Eddie, for the super chat. Really do appreciate it. Oh, we got another one. Wow, thank you so much for the super chat. Says UConn or South Carolina getting Serah Williams equals boring. I want more teams to be real competitors. Well, I agree with you on that. I'm a fan of parity. Now, here's the thing. The reason why certain teams are primarily in play is because of coaching, is because of attention, and so while I do want a lot of parity, I understand why players pick the teams that they pick, right? I understand. But yeah, I would if she if she picked another school if she picked like a Maryland or a Duke or something like that, I would love that. I think that would be awesome, and that would help a lot with parity. Now, will she? Probably not. I think she's probably going to go to one of the behemoth schools. Understandable. I think she wants to win. And that's a surefire way to do that, right? That is a surefire way to do that. And again, remember, yes, as Molly just said, she was in Wisconsin for 3 years. She stuck it out. Okay. She stuck it out, and she was on a team, and she was the best player on that team. She tried to lift that team up and do all she could, right? She tried to do everything she could with Wisconsin. And it just so happens that Wisconsin was terrible. So, if anyone has earned the opportunity to go somewhere else and figure out something else to do, it is Serah Williams, because she has stuck it out with Wisconsin. Okay, and she's finally like, you know what? My coach just left. I want to win. Let me go somewhere else.